Secretariat staff present at this particular induction forum. I wish to start by wishing all of you a happy new year. We haven't met, had a meeting with the members since the year began, although we have had engagements as officials of the institution. Hence the reason why on the 20th of January, I'm wishing you a happy new year. So welcome to this induction forum. My brief here is to take us through a presentation on ISK. Since this is an induction program, it becomes critical for the members who are joining us today as graduate members or as technician members or as affiliate members, that you become aware of what ISK is and what ISK stands for, hence the basis of this particular presentation. So ISK was inaugurated on 17th of April 1969 and subsequently registered on the 12th of August 1969 as a body corporate under the Societies Act. So we are over 50 years old as an institution, and we are a land sector professional organization made up of a number of professions. So we have got valuers, we've got land surveyors, we've got geospatial information management surveyors, we've got engineering surveyors, estate agents, property managers, building surveyors, and land administration managers. Currently, our membership is above 4,000, and we are spread across the country. Our members are engaged in both the public and private sectors and are generally involved in land administration and management, including the formulation and implementation of land policies and management of land resources. Indeed, as you join us today as members, you are aware through your relevant studies what the profession is all about, and the reasons why you should actually be joining this particular institution as a professional body will be detailed in a number of slides that will follow. As an institution, our vision is to be a globally recognized professional institution that provides leadership in surveying and land management. Our mission is to advance the surveying profession in Kenya so as to enhance competence of surveyors in the management of the natural and built environment with a view of positively influencing the society to ensure sustainable land management and development. Our core values as an institution is on creativity and innovation. So we drive creativity, we drive innovation, we uphold professionalism, and therefore we are strict on issues of ethics, integrity, and accountability. We also have a value of stakeholder focus. So we have a number of stakeholders, starting with our members, but also with the government and also our clients. So stakeholder focus, critical for us here. The other value that we have is teamwork. So we work together as a team so as to deliver on our vision and mission. And finally, we uphold or we have concern for the social and environmental issues. So those 6 values as presented in that particular slide, what we would be looking forward to you upholding. So creativity and innovation, professionalism, ethics, integrity, and accountability, stakeholder focus, teamwork, and social and environmental concerns. The objectives of the institution is 1, to secure advancement and facilitate knowledge for surveying profession. We are also looking to promote the general interest of the members of the profession. We are a member organization, therefore the interest of our members is key to us. We, as a professional institution, promote ethical performance of the obligations of the members of the profession for the benefit of the public. As I said, we have stakeholder focus. So we have the government, we have the members of the public, we have our clients. So we need to have that maintain ethics so as to ensure that we can actually deliver on the works that we are given from time to time to undertake. We also contribute to the development of international and national policies, development of legal framework, strategies and plans in land management in a manner that would facilitate sustainable development. To continue, we represent the interest of our members in relevant local, national, regional, and international forums. We work with and or promote other local, national, regional, and international organizations on matters of mutual interest, as we shall show you in some of the presentations that we have on some of the organizations that we partner with, including the global body for surveyors, which is the International Federation of Surveyors, FIG, locally within the African continent, CASL, that's the Commonwealth Association of Survey and Land Economy, and also with other sister organizations that have mutual interest in the profession of surveying. We engage in the provision of such services as may be necessary for the benefit of our members for the sustainability of the institution. So this is not a young institution. We are over 50 years old, and we need to continue and make better what our forefathers in this particular profession set out to do. If you look at ISK, as having been established in 1969, but if you look at FIG, that is the International Federation of Surveyors, it was formed over 100 years ago. As an institution, we also conduct examinations, tests, or other assessments that may be necessary to determine an applicant's eligibility for membership. Indeed, today, as you join, you find that you are joining as a graduate member or as a technician member or as an affiliate member, and that is defined by your academic qualification. So affiliate, you have a certificate. If you're a technician, you have a diploma. If you're a graduate, then you have a degree. But once we admit you and we need to move or progress you to the full membership status, then we need to conduct such examinations or tests that may be necessary to be able to help us to determine that particular aspect, that you're competent to be able to undertake the duties of a surveyor as has been defined. It is also important for you to understand the organizational structure of ISK. Since you're joining this body, we have a General Assembly which is made up of all the members, and the General Assembly typically meets once in a year or through special general meetings, which can be called from time to time to debate on matters that are crucial to be debated. We have got the ISK Council, which runs the institution in between the meetings of the General Assembly. So the ISK Council is involved in the day-to-day running of the institution. And to help the council do that, we have got council committees, which we have the Executive Committee, we've got the Professional Practice and Ethics Committee. Madam Emily Njeru will be speaking to you shortly. We've got the Education, Research and Consultancy, where we have a Chairman, John Maina. We've got the Editorial and Public Relations, where we have Gloria, who is also the Master of Ceremony for this particular meeting. We've got the HR, which is led by Land Administrator Peter Adipo. Then we've got the Finance and Audit, which is led by Valua Morris Molo. And we also have the Young Surveyors Committee, where it's chaired by Frida. So those are the council committees that are running the affairs of the institution. And in addition to that, we've also got the chapters. And then you may be aware that the chapters, for each chapter, you've got a chapter chair, you've got a chapter secretary. And in addition to that, we have the branches. And at the branches, you also have a branch chair and a branch secretary. And we have currently 3 branches in one that is based in Kisumu for the western part of the country, and we've got the coast, and then we've got the South Rift in Nakuru. In addition, we have the Secretariat, and the Secretariat is headed by the CEO. Current CEO is Rose Maura, and then you have got other members of the Secretariat who undertake different functions, from membership to member logistics, to finance, to PR, and so on and so forth, including education and training. I've indicated that we have various chapters. We have 8 chapters currently, and I've listed them in the order in which the chapters were actually created from the time when ISK was formed. So you have the land surveyors, you've got the valuers, or the valuation chapter, then the building surveyors chapter, then the land administration managers chapter, then the geospatial information management surveyors chapter, followed by engineering surveyors chapter, estate agency, and property management, which are the new kids on the block, just maybe about a year old now, as chapters. So if you're joining, you would be admitted as a member of a particular chapter, as shall be announced shortly. It's also important to point out the membership categories, and to point out to you that we've got the honorary members. So those are persons whom the institution honor. They don't have to be members or to have been qualified to be ISK members. So these would be people in the society that we see as fit, that can help to advance the institution, and therefore we bring them on board on that particular basis. We've got fellow members, which is currently our highest category of membership. We've got full members. We've got graduate members. We've got technician members and affiliate members, student members. And we also have corporate members, which is relating to institutions being part and parcel of the institution. So today, as you join, you're either a student or as an affiliate or as a technician or as a graduate. And I think we've got one full member within the mix of those who are being inducted today. But the full membership is basically just a transition from graduate membership. So that is already somebody who is a member of the institution. As an institution, we carry out a number of services, and mainly training and examination. So we try to undertake a lot of capacity building. We also do examination to be able to progress members. We do lobbying and advocacy. We carry out mentorship and internship. We also undertake networking events so that we can be able to meet together and share ideas and build our profession. The benefits of joining ISK, one, professional certification, and these certifications or certificates are recognized by government, regulatory bodies, business community, employers, and other organizations. So they would actually help you secure a job. Continuous professional development. As members of our profession, we typically organize seminars and training at subsidized costs that can enable us to expose you to emerging trends in the profession that helps to make you better in what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. Advocacy, so we lobby for matters that are concerning our members with various authorities, mostly government or even private organizations, providing information through emails, weekly news monitoring, or through the social media platforms, Facebook or Twitter. Again, I encourage you to become friends of ISK through those particular platforms. Networking, again, through various forums such as chapter meetings or through training, seminars, conferences, and we also do live chats and streams as organized by our PR to be able to bring us together. And also credibility, being viewed. If you're a member of a profession, then it is assumed that there is some level of credibility that is built in, because the professional bodies are expected to police their members and ensure that their members are doing what is right. So even if you go through the constitution, you'll find that membership of professional organizations has been encouraged. And even if you're looking for a job, one of the things that they are looking for, asking for, is, are you a member of a professional organization? Again, other benefits are resources, through online or physical at the Secretariat, professional publications, events that are organized by ISK, research and consultancy. You've got a chance to become part of the research and consultancy panels. But then also access to discounted rates for products and services from a wide range of companies through the institution, public trust, and of course, job and appointment opportunities. Indeed, you find that there are certain organizations that have mainstreamed ISK as part of their schemes of service, so that for you to be able to be promoted from one grade to another, then ISK membership becomes critical. So, ladies and gentlemen, that brings me to the end of this presentation, where I was taking you through ISK, trying to induct you into knowing what ISK stands for, the organization structure, and the benefits of the institution to yourselves. If I don't get to speak to you again, basically we'll be joining my colleagues in congratulating you for taking this important step of making this journey towards enhancing your professional capacity. So with those remarks, I pass it back to Gloria for other directions.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Bwanadipe. It's a very Knedimu. Now, I'm tempted to give people an examination after your good presentation. I hope the members have gotten in something. And as I always say, if you've not, if you'd like more information, kindly just put it on the chat box, or you can always reach us through the Secretariat. Next, I want us to welcome the President of the Institution of Surveyors of Kenya, Mr. Abraham Samoei. Karibu sana.
Thank you. Thank you, Gloria, and council members and members of the institution. Good morning. I think Gloria will respond greetings on your behalf because she has the mic on.
Good morning to you, Abraham, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I think it gives me a lot of pleasure to be in this forum this morning at the beginning of the year, to welcome you sort of to the institution, especially the graduate members or who have not been members before, and getting to know the institution. And although it's virtual, but I think interacting with you and welcoming you is quite important for us. And I want to appreciate and acknowledge the presentation by the DP. I think being a surveyor is very methodological. He does not want to leave anything to chance. So he's done a very nice presentation. Unlike myself, where I would just speak and welcome you. So I think having heard what the institution is all about, what it does to the sector and the country, it shows that it's very important that you are an active member of the institution. Many people in this world are backbenchers in wherever they are, whether is it church, is it in the office, is it school, and they want progress to happen without their direct involvement. And when they are not involved, of course, they would complain why things are not working instead of rolling their sleeves. Being members of the institution, a professional institution, is each member has their part to play and their role to play for the betterment of the profession. And that is why we derive a lot of joy in welcoming new members, because we're expanding the profession in terms of the numbers and the influence that we would have out there in the sector. So please don't just join. You pay your subscriptions and you sit back. Be an active participant. Second, being a member of a professional body, there would be certain tenets or attributes that set you apart from any other member of society, member of or a Kenyan. And you will find professionals, be it lawyers, be it doctors, professional ethics, professional conduct, client care are the main things that you look up to as a professional. So the many complaints that you hear about, be it our members or professionals in general, are when people forget about professionalism. And it's very important that as you join, we remind you that that is expected of you for the lifetime that you are a member and a professional, because not only does it affect you, but it affects the reputation of the profession and the others. I think with that, I would want to welcome you. I know there will be interactive sessions with the other council members, especially those who are making presentations, PPE, chapter chairs. But key thing is be an active participant, contribute, especially the people who are coming out from university, graduate level, new thinking, pulling new knowledge for the betterment of profession. We really look forward to having engaging with you. I know COVID has made it convenient that we are able to meet anywhere. That I know some of you are in the farm, some of you are in the office, some of you are driving. But I think we will still want to have physical meetings. So please, when there are meetings being done, be it AGM, be it chapter meetings that are physical, we would want to know you more. Don't assume that because now you have joined, we have known you because we have your name and your membership number. So please, we look forward to meeting you in the physical meetings that are coming in the near future. With that, I congratulate you for taking the step of membership, and I challenge you that you aspire to promote the ideals of the profession. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your sentiments, President Abraham Samoei. And thank you for opening our event today. Now we'll have the chapter highlights, and our first presenter who will stand in for Valua Bernard Gashoka will be Valua Jesse Kihoro. Or better yet, he can tell us if we can now officially start using the name estate agent. Somebody. Karibu MC Jesse. Chair Estate Agency, are you on?
Hey.
Okay, Karibu.
You mean I've been talking to myself?
We will send you a young surveyor
Can
to
you
help
now?
you with the technological challenges. Karibu sana.
No. I forgot to unmute. When people get old, they have a lot of things they forget. So anyway, I wish to say hi to everybody this morning. Good morning, everyone. And what I was saying was that whatever you have heard from the Deputy President and the President is important for what I'm going to highlight. So keep in mind that. And just before I was notified that I was talking to myself, I was saying that, or I was highlighting my experience when I was joining ISK at, I think that was graduate level. And it's normally a very good feeling that you're finally made to join the professional rank. So I know at the various level of membership that you guys are joining at, this is a big day for you. And without much ado, as you have heard, I'm representing Gashoka. So whatever I'll say will be partly his and partly mine. Of course, I'll add some things that are partly mine. Who is the current chair of the evaluation chapter. I'm the chair estate agency chapter, and you can proudly call yourself estate agent. That is what I've been doing of late. So can we go to the next slide? So as you all know, that, and I'm very sure that you all set your exam as VEMS chapter. As you all know, during the ISK's AGM that was in 2019, the VEMS chapter was reorganized into 3 chapters. That is valuation chapter, property management chapter, and estate agency chapter. And basically the reorganization was due to specific issues that you had grappled with for a long time. And one of them was that we needed specialization, and in specializing, we also professionalize specific areas. You will find out that valuers after leaving school, some of them have not been practicing in all the 3 areas. So when you test them, and you guys, I know you can attest to that, you find that some of them are so good in one area, but they struggle in the other areas. You find people borrowing technical papers. And you know, as a profession, the first thing that we insist on is integrity. So when we allow an examination system that make room for dishonesty, and we all know that a certain guy is not practicing evaluation, so, and you're asking him for valuation report from 3 areas, 3 wide areas. So basically, it's abetting cheating, which is not good. So that was one of the reasons. Then the other one is alignment with the market realities. The marketplace is no respecter of rules, regulation. The market is dynamic; it changes every day, and if you don't align yourself with the changes, I mean, you will be left with no profession to profess. The other thing, of course, was ability to address specific sector issues. The 3 disciplines are wide, and most of the times you are concentrating on valuation. Actually, every chapter meeting was all about valuation issues, and everyone else, especially those who had a lot of problems in property management, with the changing laws in taxation and the like that were affecting the property management sector, the property managers were unable to articulate their issues, and their issues were almost always glossed over. Even training was specific for valuers, no training for estate agents, no training for property managers. Again, when you look at issues of regulation, we have, so far we have 2 acts of parliament that specifically regulate the professionals in the 3 chapters. That is the Valuers Act, Cap 532, and the Estate Agents Act, Cap 533. And when you look at that, there was need to have a complete profession. So you'll find that somebody is a registered valuer. He has gotten his license, but he is not interested in being a registered estate agent. So there was need to have that separation, so that even when you are talking about regulations, you can talk about the specific limitation to the specific act. That said, we might need to have a property management act and probably facility managers, because their property management is very specific and a technical area that need to be taken care of. The current act that governs property management, which is the Estate Agents Act, does not fully address very many issues that affect that profession. So I think it's a ball I'm throwing to you guys. We need to come up with a Property Management Act. Again, you see, there have been trainings all over being done by the higher institution of learning, be they colleges or universities. And you'll find that some of them are specific to a certain sector within our profession, within the 3 disciplines. So it was also important to align our training to that. Again, the other thing, our chapters rather to that. Again, the other thing is in practicing as valuers and property managers and estate agents, we left certain areas that we have not been fully concentrating on, what I would call neglected areas of practice. You'll find that as an estate agent, one is allowed to do things like conveyancing, mortgage brokerage. That is covered under the Estate Agent Act. But most of us have not been doing those things. And those who have been in those areas, they have nowhere to present their issues so that they can be handled. Again, when you look at valuers, we only actually, you will find in the field that people call us land valuers. And in effect, that land valuation is just a small portion of what we do. So you find we don't concentrate on the other bits in valuation, be it the machineries, the equipment, the motor vehicles, the intangibles, valuation of companies. We don't do that, or businesses. We have not concentrated on that, and those are some of the sectors that we need specific training on them so that people can be in a position to practice them. Again, when you look at more property management, we have only been doing property management in terms of the buildings, but where we are required to do facility management, a lot of us struggle. So we need specific training for those areas so that we can be in a position to progress as a profession. If you can give me the next slide, please. So, and so it was actually very necessary to have the chapter split. So what are the functions of these chapters? Basically, the first and the primary function is admission of members into the various categories. Like today, you're being admitted. The first is, as you have heard the Deputy President say, the honorary category, which is the highest level, the full membership, the graduate membership, and technicians, students, and their affiliates. The other function is basically formulate the curriculum and administer exams. Like now we're in the process of formulating the curriculum for the 3 chapters. Probably the institution will carry out public participation. I don't know. The next thing that is important for us, which has been included in our regulation, is that you have to acquire certain number of CPD points. So we do continuous professional development, and those CPD points are important because if you don't have enough, by next year you would be begging Mugabe to give you what do you call it? I'm forgetting the name. The other thing that we do is propose members representative to statutory and other bodies. And these are some of the slots that normally bring out of hue and cry, let me say so. But again, as members, now that you're members of the institution, please be active. Don't just take your membership certificate and disappear. So be active in whatever your chapter is doing. Please participate. If we are talking about the bills that are normally sent for comments, it's very annoying to get 2 comments from a whole chapter with like 500 people. Yeah, Rose, you have reminded me, certificate of good standing. So please don't go and beg Mugabe next year if you don't have enough CPD points. Don't say I didn't want it. The other thing we do is promote members' interests. And this actually is the biggest responsibility that we have. We have to engage with the customers that we serve, the stakeholders that are in the sector. And if we do not promote at personal level, you cannot be in a position to go and fight, represent your interest in parliament, or go to the CS and represent your interest. But as a group, we're in a position to go and negotiate on behalf of our members. So how do you progress through the chapters? Of course, educational qualifications, degree in economics or real estate or any other related to the property field that the council might approve. Professional practical experience, you need 2 years. Then you'll sit an exam leading to a diploma and admission to a full member. And full membership is where you get all your rights and right of voting, right of voting, and probably other privileges, like even being appointed to those boards, you have to be a full member. Registration by statutory bodies or statutory boards. We have the Valuers Registration Board and the Estate Agents Registration Board. Those of you who have done the full membership exams, you'll proceed and seek to be registered as licensed valuers. You can also go to Estate Agents Registration Board. And there is something that comes with getting the licenses. You become a full professional. So make sure you go the other step. And those interviews, whatever you need is just confidence, and make sure you are fully acquainted to what you're supposed to do, especially the laws that govern what you're doing. I mean, it would be very annoying to be asked about the Valuers Act and you don't know, and yet you want to become a valuer. Licensing by the statutory body. After passing the interview, of course, you will be given a license to practice. But again, you require a professional indemnity cover. This will cover you against any professional malpractices or negligence that might find you along the way. You don't find it, they find you along the way. So you might require that. And basically, I don't know why that presentation is ending like that. So basically, those are the things that you need. And what I would like to tell you as professionals, please help us progress the profession. Participate in those forums that ISK calls you for. Come, participate. If there are opinions that are required, please write, present those opinions. And if you get appointed to, or you go get employed in institutions, please further the interests of ISK. Because, you know, the legal practice is a very interesting body of professionals. In the media, they fight. You find them fighting everywhere. But when it comes to their interests, they come together and further it. So that is what we need as professionals. I think I don't want to keep you much. Thanks a lot for listening to me. Gloria, back to you.
Thank you very much, my senior. It will go down history that you are the first chairperson of the estate agency chapter. Thank you for fighting for our position in that area. And yeah, I think even me soon I'll be writing estate agent stroke valuer. So I think I'm both. But anyway, thank you for your presentation and telling us about those 3 chapters and how they were and how they became to be. Next, we shall invite the surveyor's representative. It will be Erastus Chege, who is my predecessor in the seat I'm having now. He will be representing Dr. Collins Mwange. So, Surveyor Erastus, karibu sana.
Thank you very much, Gloria, and to all our upcoming members in the various categories. Feel most welcome. My name is Erastus Chege. I am the chair of the Land Surveyors chapter, and I'm standing in for Dr. Collins Mwange, who is the chair of the GIS chapter. So within the geospatial chapters, we have 3 chapters. That is the GIS chapter, the Land Surveyors chapter, and the Engineering Surveyors chapter. And those are our officials. Dr. Collins Mwange chairs the GIS chapter. I chair the LS, and Ondulo Jordan can chairs the ES chapter. Next slide, please. Not last, next. Okay. Slide number 5, please. Well, a lot has been said and done by those who spoke before me. But for us, in addition to most of what has been mentioned, the functions of the chapters are: 1, to advance the surveying profession in Kenya so as to enhance competence of surveyors in management of the natural and built environment. Our goal basically is to advance our profession in giving solutions to our clients. And as you recall, the DP mentioning in his remarks, our primary role is to serve the country and to serve our clients diligently and professionally. And for us, we advance our profession in both the natural and the built environment. As members, we are expected to promote professionalism. We ensure that what we give to our clients and our stakeholders is of quality. We are dynamic and ready to innovate. Like all other families, we want to expand and we want to grow. So the bigger we are and the more we become, the better it is for us. To have consistency in the practice of surveying in Kenya and appreciation of emerging technologies in the surveying practice. This is another area where we want to advance as members and as people who are joining. It is the onus is on us to be innovative and to come up with ways in which we can serve our clients better by use of emerging technologies. For those who attended last year's, one of the last functions we had last year, second last, there was a session on emerging technologies in both survey and valuation. And you could see there is quite a lot that is there in store for us, be it in 3D mapping, in 3D cadastre, in underground mapping, there's plenty. So to have consistency in the practice of surveying and appreciation of emerging technologies. Encouraging profession of young surveyors in the profession and professional development, promote the use of contemporary surveying techniques and practices. Yes, as surveyors, our big role is to ensure that the position that we give to a point on, above, or below the Earth's surface is accurate. So in order to do that, contemporary surveying techniques and practice are necessary for us to learn, and it's one of the areas or functions of the institution is to promote use of those contemporary practices and techniques. We also want to positively influence our legal and institutional framework governing surveying in Kenya, and I will extend and say surveying and related practices in Kenya. We will always come to you as an institution requesting for remarks, comments, suggestions on proposed legislations. And these legislations not only govern survey, but have a survey element in them. As an institution, you expect you as members who are joining the institution at whatever level that you are, that will help us and will both positively influence the legal framework and the institutional framework that governs our practice and governs surveying in Kenya. I can see the slides are over. I'm making this presentation on behalf of Dr. Collins Mwange, and I'll say thank you very much. Now, for me on my own, I'll say that it is important for us to be very active. It is very key that we become very, very active, especially for graduates and full members. Remember that the position that you are being inducted into today is not a permanent position. There are areas which we can all advance and grow into. Students, you are going to finish your courses very soon. You'll join the industry. You'll probably be coming in as a technician or as a graduate. Graduates, the same. You're not there for long. You should come there, stay for the period that you're going to stay, and advance to full membership. Likewise, full membership. Aim to give as much as possible to the institution. Who knows, members will recognize your input and efforts and propose you to be fellow members. So members, my predecessor, the one who spoke before me, that is Valio Akihoro, he urged that we become very active and we be interested in advancement of the institutional objectives. So these are our functions. Our objectives have been mentioned. We are here to grow. We are here not to stay on or to get our certificates and go look for a job. And once you get your jobs, you remain dormant. No, we are here to grow. And the beauty of our profession is growth. If you join a university and you stay in first year for 2, 3, 4 years, my friends will be bored. After 4 years, you'll realize that all your people are finishing university and you're the only one left behind. Same thing happens to the profession. If we all join and become at whatever level we are joining, after a period of time, you'll realize that you're the only one who's been stuck at that point and everyone else has moved, has advanced further. So, and you'll not feel good about it. So I urge all of us, as you're joining, make sure that you grow, make sure that you be diligent in your practice, make sure that you're professional and that you practice ethics. Don't do something that is not okay. Don't survey a plot on top of the Indian Ocean. Don't cook figures to show levels in a road under construction. Please don't do that. Always do that while you work professionally, maintain ethics, and be active in the institution. And without further ado, I say thank you very much and onwards to you, our MC, Gloria.
Thank you very much, Erastus, for that quick, short presentation, but plus your words, as you said at the end, you gave your words. But thank you so much. What I could reiterate from what all the presenters have said is be active and grow in the profession. And if you give, it will always come back to you. That is always something that always happens. So just don't take your certificate and you go put it somewhere and laminate it nicely, but be active in the institution. Our next presenter will be the chair of the Professional Practice and Ethics Committee, Surveyor Emily Njeru. Karibu sana, she'll be taking us through the highlights of the ISK Constitution, bylaws, and Professional Code of Ethics. Welcome, Surveyor Emily.
Oh, thank you, Chair. I was not unmuted. Thank you for giving me that welcome. I've been here and I've heard what all the speakers have said. I think it's one thing that is true about this council. In terms of vision, we are looking in one direction, and ours is to help the institution grow, but the institution is made of people. Without Without you, there is no institution. So it's very key that if we want to grow as an institution, we must grow the individuals. And when we say we, it's not just the council members, or even our secretariat. That involves each and every one of us. We are like a house, and every one of us is a brick. And if one is out, we cannot have a complete house. So for me, I won't belabor again, the benefits of joining ISK. I think it's but by you joining the institution, you must have seen the benefits. So I'll just go very quickly to mention a thing or two. To mention a thing or two about our code of conduct, which we have. Oh, sorry, just a minute. Which guides us. So we have okay, the one thing that we have is our guiding principle. So as professionals, I believe in what we call the Ubuntu. I am because we are. And I always repeat this in every induction class, because we are not just individuals, and there's a reason why we joined the institution. And the previous speakers, all of them alluded to it, and that's why they are calling for your activity. You're being active in the institution. But beyond that, I'll just give an example. Sometimes when you go out practicing, you might think you're just working for yourself and that nobody is noticing, but your small action, whatever it is, positive or even negative, if it affects the society, your clients and the society at large in a positive way, that compliment also visits each one of us as members of the institution and the profession. And similarly, if you do something that is negative and reflects badly on you as a person, it also reflects on each one of us. And I don't know, for those of us who are a little bit older, I remember growing up, I'm just giving an example. I remember being young, and if someone introduced themselves as a banker, things may have changed now, but I just remember if someone introduced themselves as a banker, immediately you would put a label of confidentiality on them, as in you're sure they wouldn't divulge maybe financial information or something. There's a certain level of integrity that was associated with that particular profession, no matter at what level, just the fact that you work in a bank. So similarly, for us as surveyors, whether you're as a land surveyor, valuer, estate agent, land administration, or building surveyor, whatever you might be, what you do builds our common equity and our common reputation. So that if you do something wrong, and I go somewhere, introduce myself as a surveyor, immediately the society or the person who experienced your service will associate my person with that action. So it's a two-way traffic. So if ISK as a collective body, we are able to maintain a high level of integrity, ethics built over time by our individual action, you find that you yourself as a person will also reap from that equity. Because when you introduce yourself as a surveyor or a member of the Institution of Surveyors of Kenya, even when it comes down to putting down your fee, there's a certain level of service level is expected from you, and the remuneration comes along with it. So it's something I would really like to implore each one of you. You're serving in various capacity, whether in public sector or in public sector. Always remember that your every action is building to our commonwealth, our common equity, which in turn you also reap from. So I'll just say that our constitution, by you accepting being a member, you are voluntarily submitting to the constitution that binds us as members of ISK, and it defines our existence, and it is made operational by our bylaws. And we also commit to a code of ethics that ensures that that our professional relationships are maintained at all times with professional colleagues and clients, and also the public. So as we proceed, I don't know, I'm sure we understand our regulatory framework. It's a very robust regulatory framework, albeit it's going through some revision in terms of the statutory regulations like Survey Act, the Valuers Act are also looking at theirs. The BS just came into being, and the LAMS bill is a work in progress. So our regulatory framework is statutory by the boards, which are government boards, and then self-regulation. And that's where ISK plays a very important role in self-regulation, where we have our own, we do peer-to-peer regulation, because the members of of the PPE, where we'll deal with regulatory matters, are also members of this institution, and their colleagues even in the market. So in the Kenyan context, the statutes and the SK constitution and bylaws define the two mandates respectively, that is the self-regulation and the statutory regulation. So within this framework, we maintain a healthy balance. The state discharges its duty to protect public interest, licensing, and discipline. And then the survey professionals through SK maintain the tradition of self-regulation, but we maintain a certain autonomy so that we can also be able to do advocacy, which is very important. Because again, if we get too entangled as a statutory body, we may not be able to do advocacy. So we still need to maintain that degree of freedom, because we can be able to engage the government and other regulatory bodies on behalf of our profession, of our members who are professionals, who are regulated professionals. So we gain our professional respect in the marketplace proportionally to our adherence to professional ethics. I think that's what I've just been speaking about. And so when we submit to the Constitution and the Code of Ethics that we have, and I'm sure our secretariats will give you a copy of this, and it's available, I believe, even online. Just go through it, and it's not a very difficult thing to do. It's basically, some of it is just common sense, but it's good to know specifically what ISK expects of you as a member. So the Constitution has 32 articles, and Article 27 covers the bylaws, which are captured as rules. Currently, there are 11 rules, very few, and they clarify and make operational that particular article of the Constitution. Now, the Code of Ethics, in rule number 9, we have discipline and the Code of Conduct. And that one, as I said, is exposed in the 11 rules in the Constitution. So now, what is your role as a member? You've already joined, you're a member either in one level and hoping to graduate to the next level, because we have 3 levels where you are graduate at entry level, then you become a full member. And then the role of ISK is even to assist and support our members realize their full professional regulatory obligations by becoming either registered or for the other chapters or licensed for the land surveyors. So your role is to be part of a team and as an ambassador of the profession. And then also we expect you to mobilize ISK members to be actors through mentorship. I'm sure all of you, somehow you've been guided by somebody in the profession, either your principal, either your teacher if you are just joining from, your lecturer if you are just joining from the universities, and those who are maybe approved assistants in case of surveyors, maybe the licensed surveyor under whom you're practicing. So we also expect, so mentorship is very key, and actually you can mentor at any stage of your membership. So even if you're a graduate member, there is a student you can be able to mentor, or even peer mentorship is also available, it's possible. So we are just basically saying, make yourself available. What you know and what you can do, there's another member in the institution who could benefit from your expertise or your knowledge. Be willing to share the same knowledge so that we can grow together. Then we have, we also would like to request that you support ISK initiatives, and there are many, and advocacy. So you find the structure of ISK, we have the council, which is supported by the secretariat, and then the council has working committees, and then we've organized ourselves into chapters. And a lot of the work that is done actually emanates from the chapters. So you'll find from time to time, either by their own volition and initiative, chapters will come up with proposals or, to deal with certain matters that affect them as a chapter, and then escalate it to the relevant committee, who in turn escalate it to the executive and the council, all supported by the secretariat. Alternatively, sometimes an idea or something may come from the council or a committee, a working committee, the 5 working committees, and they disseminate it to the relevant chapter. So at that level, you can say actually ISK members do work for themselves. So when those chapters and committees, and most of them are ad hoc, are called upon, this is a very critical area where we expect our members to be active, to volunteer and participate. And I can tell you, personally, I would say I've participated from the time I was a chapter member, it actually helps to enrich your understanding and your professional acumen when you are active within your chapters and you are participating in bringing solutions, thinking solutions, challenging things that needs to be challenged, and proposing solutions. So it's one area that can help you grow, because in the process you also network. Sometimes you find you have to work across chapters. Maybe there's a solution that needs to be developed between land surveyors and valuation. So you get to meet even with the valuers, if you're a land surveyors or the land surveyors or any other land administration, any other chapter member who ordinarily you may not be sitting with in a chapter meeting. And I think it is quite enriching. So that's just an example. There are many other initiatives that are there, including social ones, like when we have our AGMs, our dinner dances, and any other function. I think our young surveyors also organize a lot of activities. Be on the lookout to join them, because as we look as a professional, we look at the holistic person, and we know ISK can be able to offer a place where people can find even that social networking, which is very critical. Mental health is a big issue, so work without play also makes Jack a dull boy. But that's what the Englishman says. But more than that, we know that we need to maintain a work-life balance and also to create meaningful relationships even between us as professionals, beyond the work and our professional duties. And then the other one is advocacy. Already what I've told you is a form of advocacy. When you conduct yourself ethically in the society, you're doing a lot of advocacy for yourself and for the profession. But there's also advocacy where we look out for areas where ISK needs to engage with other members of societies or bodies in the society to advance our case and our standing in the society and improve our lot generally. Then the other role that is expected of you is to observe the ISK professional code of conduct. This one I cannot belie too much, hard enough. It is my area of service to ISK as the chair of the PPE. For me, I would like to see more, issues being brought to PPE about maybe whistleblowing, not necessarily on our members, but even other professions where we need to address, rather than having to listen to members who are being complained about. In fact, for me as the chair of this PPE, this is my second term, my saddest moment is when I see an outsider writing to ISK, having been aggrieved by one of our professionals. Of course, we live in a society, misunderstandings will be there, but some cases you look at, you can see our professional was maybe on the wrong or has a case to answer, and it really saddens me because it needs not be. We have the opportunity. We are one of the professionals that are very few in this country. So there is enough work for all of us. And I think we should be able to conduct ourselves with the quorum that is required of us. So I believe, I would say the clarion call is to ask each one of us to take one small action. I've even given an example of mentoring those that are with us in the profession. And because we are in our thousands, you can imagine if every day, every one of us took an action that will add to that common equity, commonwealth I talked about, there's a lot we can achieve. Even without saying much, those actions will coalesce into a very big advocacy and marketing tool for the institution and by extension for one of us. So for me, I just want to thank you for taking that step to progress, either to join ISK or to progress through the ranks. And I just want to wish you the best, because I know the future is bright for our members, because I believe with the increased role of a surveyor, and when I talk about surveyor, I'm talking about all the professionals within the ISK, in the policy formulation and execution of national projects, our ISK members will become, our ISK membership will become a definite mark of distinction and quality. And I say this because you might find other people attempting to offer services that are being offered outside of the regulatory framework, but the fact that you're an ISK member will gain you the respect and distinction that you require, and you should be able to offer the same to the public and to your clientele. So I just want to thank you very much, and I hand over to Gloria to continue with the program. Thank you very much. Over to you, Gloria.
Thank you so much, Emily. That was quite insightful, reminding us that work without play makes Jack a dull boy. We shall try to play as well. And also something that I picked from your presentation is that there's enough work for all of us. We do not need to undercut, you do not need to do funny things. And something else, for every bad thing or for every good thing you do, just it will affect the whole membership of the Institution of Surveyors of Kenya. So everything as you step out there, as we give you powers today to do all that appertains to your membership, remember that everything you do will always come back to the greater membership of the Institution of Surveyors of Kenya. And as you've seen, we have our policing authority led by Her Excellency Emily Njeru. So we are here, we are watching. Big Brother is watching. But yeah, I understand the young ones, the student members have an exam, some of them at 12:30. So kindly register with the secretariat that you are present. We shall just call your names, but since you are in and you've requested to leave early, we shall not, and we shall still admit you. Otherwise, without much ado, I'll now invite our president, Value Abraham Samuel, for the certification for new members. Karibu, Abraham.
Gloria, you may want to give me 1 minute.
Okay, thank you. I don't know whether there's background music from the secretariat or something. But in the meantime, can I have Her Excellency Young Surveyors Chair Frida kindly just unmute yourself and say hi to your constituents. Frida, Young Surveyors Chair.
Gloria, I don't know if my 1 minute is over. I had asked for 1 minute because I was in a place where there was a bit of noise. But now, I think I can proceed.
Okay, I'd called Frida to say hi to her people. Can somebody please unmute her? Just give her 1 minute, then you'll be on.
It's okay. Yeah.
Okay. Frida, karibu. Okay, it seems she's been muted. She'll give the vote of thanks. So Abraham, karibu.
Thank you. Thank you, Gloria. I think before I give the certification, I think I would want to appreciate the members who have attended and most of the council members who have been in the meeting and those who have made presentations and interacted with the new members who are joining the institution. So I think I will now proceed with the statement, which would be today, the 20th January 2022, as the President of the Institution of Surveyors of Kenya, and by the powers conferred to me by the ISOC Constitution, that of the Council, and the entire membership, and following your admission by the Council to be a member of ISK in the last Council meeting held on 16th December 2021, I wish to declare that all the 104 new members are duly admitted to the institution. And I take this opportunity to welcome all of you and congratulate you on your membership. Your membership certificate will be ready in due course, so you can pick them from the secretariat at any time. Please log in to your membership management portal, where you are able to keep an update on what's happening at the institution, getting a certificate of good standing, attending meetings. That is where you will be managed as a member to interact with the institution. So thank you very much. I wish you a pleasant day.
Thank you, President, and congratulations everybody on your admission into in your various chapters and in your various levels. Now I'd like, we've come to the end of our induction ceremony. It was short and sweet, as we always say. So just like you to keep reminded of what all the speakers have told you this day. They've been such insightful statements. And remember, if you need any information, any further clarification, please you feel free to talk to the ISK Secretariat. They'll be at hand to assist you in any way possible. Also remember to keep being active even as you come into the profession. And finally, we would like, if you're a good writer, please do send us your articles. You can also direct them to the ISK Secretariat. If you're a good writer of any article in our profession, please feel free to do so, and it will earn you some of the CPD points that you'll require to get your certificate of good standing. Otherwise, without much ado, I'd like now to welcome Frida. I don't know if you're now been unmuted. Just say a word of thank you, and then we can close. Frida, karibu. Secretariat, is Frida unmuted?
She is able to unmute herself. I don't know what could be the issue. Frida, just unmute yourself, because everyone is able to.
Okay, it seems we are not able to get her, but from her, thank you all. You'll now belong. Most of you will be belonging to the young surveyors chapter. Please give her the support she needs, and even as she leaves you. Otherwise, I want to thank you all for joining in today. We were, I think, the highest. We were about 67 people who joined in. Now we are about 54 members. For them who are going into your exams, I'm wishing you all the best. And for all the council members who are able to join us, we also say thank you so much. And to the Secretariat, thank you for making this possible. And as we go out there to work, and let's raise the flag of the Institution of Surveyors in everything that we do. Otherwise, I'd like to thank you so much. And before we end, I'm seeing somebody asking when they'll be getting their certificates. Please liaise with the Secretariat. They'll be able to advise you once that is done. So before we end, please ensure you've written all your names properly so that the Secretariat may not the people who are present. Congratulations again on your admission. And now back to the Secretariat. Madam CEO, kindly close for us with a word of prayer.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Gloria, for a wonderful moderation. The President of the Institution of Surveyors of Kenya and council members who are here, and of course the Deputy President, members who are joining us, who are admitted by the council in December and they have duly been inducted. We welcome you to the institution. And from our side is to say that for any need of the service that you require, kindly feel free to get in touch with us, and to emphasize the fact that the council has made it easy for you to be able to interact with our services online. Please ensure that you register on the membership management portal. You can access it through the website, and then you're able to register and manage yourself for any service that you require. So feel free to register in case you're experiencing any issues. Kindly do not shy away from calling us or emailing us. I also want to encourage us, because we are young people, either young at heart or young by age, to interact with our social media platforms, which we send a lot of information on a daily basis. We are able to know what is happening at the institution on a daily basis. For me, and from our side, is to congratulate you and to welcome you to the institution. Kindly let us close with a word of prayer. Our dear loving Father, we thank you so much for the opportunity you have given us to interact and be able to empower each other, even during this induction forum for new members. We thank you for their commitment to the institution. We thank you for the leadership of the institution, that Lord, you may continue upholding us. And even as we continue engaging on matters of professionals, we pray that, Lord, you shall give us the favor even in our various interventions, should it matters of policy or the otherwise. So be with us, O King of Glory, now in it for the rest of the day. And even since this is the beginning of the year, we pray that, Lord, for the rest of the year, you shall be with us. Bless each and every one of us who has participated today, and those who are not able for one reason or the other, may you bless them. And we pray for great success in this year. We thank you, Lord, and we honor you, and we pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen and amen. Thank you so much, everybody, and congratulations. We may leave at our own pleasure now.